I don't want. Okay, I don't want us to have. I've told you very very coolly.
The truck was actually coming from Ring Road. It missed a step. So as it was trying to gather itself, it fell.
What we are witnessing these days, it is something we can no longer understand.
They should stop telling us and promising us all those promises are fake, giving us this of promises are fake. We don't want it anymore.
Very good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight on BeeTv. And now to the news in details. State Tribunal this PM.
Shortly before dismissing the petitions, Counsel to Allied People's Movement, Barrister Jackson Ehiawe said they have an application dated and filed on 6th of February 2025 attached with 7 affidavit paragraphs deposed to by the candidates Ugiagbe Sylvester and a written address also filed on 6th of February applying to the tribunal to withdraw the matter in line with the leave of court. He said the withdrawal of the petition is for the interest of peace and development of Edo State. On his part, Counsel to Action Democratic Party ADP and Senate Labour Party ZLP Comrade Wisdom Isaac Esquire told the court that his clients have requested that they withdraw the petition. He said the decision to withdraw the petition is based on their consideration, which is for the best interest, peace and development of Edo State. He added that the petitioners do not want to be a clog on the wheel of development in Edo State and maintained that Governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, should be allowed to concentrate on the governance of Edo State, stating that governance is a serious business. The first respondent counsel in the APM petition said they filed a 5-paragraph affidavit and deposed to by one Mohammed he adopted and said they placed their reliance on it on the issue. He said they are not objecting to the withdrawal. The second respondent's counsel said they also filed a non-collusion affidavit to the withdrawal of the petition. He said a 7-paragraph affidavit was filed on Friday 7th and deposed to by one David, one of the counsel to the second respondent. He said they were relying on all the paragraphs in urging the court to grant the application. Also, the third respondent said they are not opposed to the application for the withdrawal of the petition by the petitioners. He said they have filed an affidavit of non-collusion dated and filed on 7th February, deposed to by Stephen Ukoro Esquire. He said they relied on the said affidavit to urge the tribunal to dismiss the petition. Also, in the petition of the Action Democratic Party, the petitioner also applied to withdraw their petition. The first respondent in the case said they filed an affidavit of no collusion of 9 paragraphs, which was deposed to by a staff of the second respondent. He said they are relying on the paragraphs of the affidavit and wants the court to grant it. The second respondent also said they filed a 7-paragraph affidavit in accordance with the extant law, particularly to the Electoral Act. He said they rely on all the paragraphs of the affidavit in urging the tribunal to allow the petitioner's application and they are not asking for any cost in good faith. DK Udena, one of the counsel, said they are not opposed to the application by the petitioner for the withdrawal of the petition, and he said they equally have filed an affidavit of no collusion deposed to by Stephen Ukoro, the state legal advisor of the third respondent, and asked the tribunal to dismiss the petition after being withdrawn. The tribunal said the application to withdraw the petition is granted and subsequently dismissed the petition. Addressing journalists afterwards, counsel to the petitioners said that decision to withdraw the petitions is based on their conviction that there is always another opportunity to test the popularity of the petitioners and to serve the good people of Edo State, even as the petitioners work towards 2028 governorship election. He said it is only reasonable to withdraw at this time to allow Governor Monday Okpebholo to deliver for the people of Edo State.
We understood that after an election, there will be a winner. But we are humans. and somehow too, you may feel maybe there are irregularities. So it was on that basis our client filed their petition. The petitioners filed their petition. But looking at the atmosphere at the moment, and given what the governor is doing in Edo State, the petitioner decided that for the peace and the interests of the good people of Edo State and for the development of Edo State, that they do not want to distract the governor. Of course, there is another opportunity to still test their popularity and be given the opportunity to also serve the interest of the people in Edo State. So this is not the end of election in Edo State.
Everybody that comes up, that to come to an election petition is not a tea party. So nobody left his house or her house to say, well, we challenged we filed a petition. We paid the security to challenge this election. You know what that means? And we are here, we filed a petition. The petition was the respondent, if they did not find merit in the petition we filed, they hired almost 10 SCM to defend this our petition. If the petition was worthless, as you said, they wouldn't have done that. My witness has come to court. Our candidate has testified, and our state chairman has testified. We have also called 2 other witnesses. What else do we need? But as you know, my client just told me that he has thought over it in the interest of peace and the interest of development of the state. He has decided to have a rethink over the matter.
We are for the petitioners for a court party, and today proceeding. The second respondent, that is APC, called 3 witnesses and closed their case. INEC was to open their case. They opened without calling the witness and they closed. So we're taking a date for addresses to adapt our addresses rather. Written addresses will be exchanged between the parties, and then we'll adapt the addresses on the 25th of February. The court will then pick a date for judgment. Why not? We're optimistic that definitely an injury will be done on this process that was a charade. And they didn't call a witness. Even when we subpoenaed them, they still did not bring a witness. Apparently, the subpoena came even via court order. Still couldn't produce a witness to defend the election they claimed was very transparent.
Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Emperor Jarrett Denibi, former senator representing Edo South Senatorial District, Senator Matthew Uruhide, State Secretary of APC, Engineer Lawrence Oka, State Legal Advisor of the party, Engineer Stephen Kworo, and former member representing Edo State on the board of NDDC, Saturday Day, commended the petitioners for withdrawing the petitions.
Well, the 3 parties that withdrew their matter today withdrew because of for the peace, progress, and development of Edo State, and because they don't want to be a clog on the wheel of progress that we found in Edo now, they decided to withdraw their case. I know very soon we are going to continue to see development in Edo. Now that we have good news today that some political parties have withdrawn and their cases dismissed, we'll see good roads, agriculture, empowerment in Edo State now.
At any point, in time, during proceedings, you'll find out that your case really does not hold water when you see the reason to withdraw your matter. This case is in court. So one is very restricted when it comes to, talking about this matter because it's sub judice. But I want to say that these parties too have seen the futility in continuing with this matter, and therefore, most humbly and responsibly, they have withdrawn this matter. All the parties that have taken ABC and the governor to court, all of them, really don't have anything to say. There is no meaningful, substance, whatever they have advanced, because of the proceedings. When I mean all parties, I mean all the parties. I want to say that I just believe we just share mischief to be misinforming people and playing honestly partisan politics, with the proceedings here. All the things we hear about givers, about witnesses and all of that, they are far from it. Everybody must adjust himself or herself to the reality these days?
Well, it's not only 3. You can say 3 today. First and foremost, we thank God Almighty for a day like this to have come. We are here today on Friday. The witness, in your own presence, the petitioners withdrew their case. I said, one, in the interest of the good state. Secondly, in the interest of development. Thirdly, for the love they have for Monday Open. He has won the election. There's no distractions. There's no distractions. They equally appeal to other parties to go and withdraw their cases. Because it's clear from all indications that they won the election. You can see for INEC, they said there was no cross-examination. Because as far as they are concerned, election is won and won.
I want to first of all appreciate these political parties. They saw the overwhelming response to their petitions to decide to withdraw. Secondly, they also saw it that this our serving governor is a man who is developing Edo State by the day. So that the fact they discovered that they don't even want to distract him, his work, and so they decided to pull out. And thirdly, their national body specifically instructed them to withdraw against the serving governor, because this governor is doing very, very well. He's working. He's a working governor. So I think that PDP should also throw in their towel. You see, an answer for this matter. PDP should follow suit, because you cannot go and be distracting somebody who is working, who met well for Edo people. So distracting him at this point, it will not go well to anybody.
I believe that the burden of proof, lies on the party alleging. And I think what has happened today is very clear that they have nothing to prove. And that is why they are withdrawing.
The tribunal adjourned to February 25th for adoption of final written addresses. It is on record the Social Democratic Party, the Allied People's Movement, the Action Democratic Party, ADP, and of course the Zenith Labour Party have all withdrawn their petitions. You will recall that 7 political parties dragged Governor Monday Okpebholo to court, and now they are left with 3 political parties, namely the People's Democratic Party, the Action Alliance, and Accord Party. Well, for Action Alliance and Accord Party, the tribunal adjourned to 25th of February 2025 for council to adopt their final written addresses before judgment will be delivered. However, on Monday, the People's Democratic Party and Governor Monday Okpebholo are expected to reconvene, where Governor Okpebholo is expected to open his defense in the matter. From the National Judicial Institute venue of the Edo State Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal sitting in Abuja, the nation's capital, Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
The Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council of the Abraham Salih University, AAU Ekpoma, Chief Dan Obi, has assured that his team will cooperate and work with the principal officers and union leaders of the university to address the challenges facing the university so as to take it to where it ought to be. Chief Dan Obi made the remark during the Governing Council familiarization meeting with the principal officers and the union of the institution. The report is presented by Best Orator.
The Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Governing Council, Abraham Salih University, Ekpoma, Chief Dan Obi, familiarizing with the principal officers, management, and union executives of the institution. In a welcome address, the Acting Vice Chancellor, Abraham Salih University, Ekpoma, Professor Samuel Olowo, welcomed the newly inaugurated board. He said since the inception of the administration of Governor Monday Okpebholo, the university has witnessed a significant, dramatic transformation in various aspects, including human capital development, promoting peaceful and harmonious working and learning atmosphere, smooth running of students' examination, amongst others. He expressed optimism that the new governing council will make significant impact in supporting the Governor Okpebholo's mission to take the institution to greater heights.
2024, and since inception of this administration, we have witnessed a dramatic transformation in human capital development and other achievements. Amongst some of the achievements of this present administration is promotion of peaceful and harmonious atmosphere. We are optimistic that the Governing Council will make a significant impact on Ambrose Ali University by supporting the state government's vision for the university turnaround for greater heights.
On his part, the chairman of the Governing Council, Chief Dan Obi, expressed his delight in meeting with the stakeholders of the university. He said it was important for the Governing Council to know the challenges and issues on ground. He urged the institution's management and union leaders to work with the Governing Council to ensure they improve and sustain the progress of the institution.
Well, there are no problems without solutions. And I believe our own attitude is to give direction to the VC for the smooth administration of the university. In doing so, we are not going to come with any miracle to resolve the problems of the institution, but we believe in the cooperation of critical stakeholders. We all can work as a team to address the problems facing this institution.
On their part, executives of various unions in the university, including ASU, NASU, SANU, NAT, JAC, and the Student Union Government SUG, highlighted some of the challenges they are facing, such as the issue of substantive principal officers, denial of 35 months' salary of some of the union members, the non-implementation of the 70,000 naira minimum wage, biometric verification exercise, deplorable condition of school buildings, insecurity, epileptic power supply, amongst others.
I was deeply touched by the fact that the issue of the election of internal members of this council was raised by you. We are going to ensure that there is full complement of council.
Because there is no Aluta without Aluta pilot. In AAU, over time, up to about 13 years, there have not been Aluta jet, which we call the vehicle for conveying the SUG body. No vehicle. The last vehicle we once had was as of 2012.
The university to do what is right by adopting them. We discovered that a few were set aside. Sir, please, we do not know what the issue is or what the current state of those students are, but we will appeal that the governor has done a lot, but we know that the governor can do more by adopting all those that has been affected. Thank you very much, sir.
We really appreciate him. And we have the whole of that before us, the student union and generally the students, which I believe I want myself again to apply most of those things that are before we were able to answer to know things that we are facing so far.
Chief Dan Obi and other board members of the Governing Council assured that they've taken note of the challenges highlighted by the various unions, noting that they are committed to addressing them.
I appreciate the contribution of all those who have spoken before now. And I also want to say here that I have a full confidence that I will be getting the right support council members to run this university the way it ought to be. You've listened carefully to all of them, and in a very unique manner, they all responded differently to different aspects of the issues raised by you. My simple response is that I adopt all that they have said as my response to your address. Well, before the next council meeting, please put in writing some of these issues so that we can address them.
Until we see changes, until we need to do things. We are not here to just, what are you congratulating me for? When I am not allowed to address some of the major issues that are very distinguished and travel and enumerated.
The new Ambrose Ali University Governing Council, led by Chief Dan Obi, was inaugurated on Tuesday by Governor Monday Okpebholo. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
prosecute illegal miners responsible for widespread environmental destruction. Commissioner for Industry, Mines and Solid Minerals, Ernest Ibijiako, made the declaration during an unscheduled inspection of the affected site in Ireti, Owerri West local government area of Edo State. BeeTv News Osaroge Agbebo completes the report.
Once a stable industrial hub, Ireti industrial area now bears the deep scars of unchecked illegal mining. Solid ground turned into hazardous pits filled with water. Deterred land. The land, stripped of its natural stability, poses a serious risk to surrounding communities. On sighting the commissioner and his team, several illegal miners fled, leaving their tools behind. However, security operatives apprehended three suspects.
Your Excellency is desirous of reactivating this industrial layout and making it very functional. But right now you can see yourself, they are destroying the environment. Every attempt to stop them has failed. So therefore we will prosecute these people that own all these machines, and they will come and reclaim this place.
Ibijiako stated that the state government will not tolerate the level of environmental destruction, assuring that those responsible will be prosecuted.
You can see the extent of damage to the extent that they have created a lake here now. How do we recover this land? So, but the law says that if you have devastated a place, you recover it. So they must come, they must report to the ministry for proper assessment. If anybody has given them any license to dredge here, they will let them bring it.
Illegal mining remains a growing concern in Imo State, leading to severe land degradation and endangering communities. Authorities insist that stricter enforcement measures be put in place to curb the menace. Osaroge Agbebo reporting for BeeTv.
The Nigerian Senate has approved President Bola Tinubu's request to terminate the appointment of the independent electoral commissioners of Abia, Adamawa, and Sokoto State. BeeTv News Glorious Isirame completes the report.
The affected RECs are Ikemefuna Uzochukwu, Hudu Ari, and Nora Ali, respectively. In the letter, which was read by the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, on Wednesday, Tinubu urged the lawmakers to invoke Section 157 of the Constitution 1999 as amended to remove the affected persons. The President reminded the Senate that the three RECs were earlier suspended in 2023 as a result of allegations bordering on infractions of the Electoral Act, compromise of elections, and abandonment of duty. He told the lawmakers that security reports from the Office of the National Security Advisor (NSA) and Department of State Service (DSS) indicted the three RECs and therefore called for their immediate sack.
Distinguished Senate President Godswill Akpabio GCON requests for votes to terminate the appointments of the suspended resident electoral commissioners of Adamawa, Sokoto, and Abia states.
After the letter, the Senate resolved to invoke relevant sections of the Constitution and subsequently approved the request for the sacking of the trio. Glorious Isiramen reporting for BeeTv News.
The Nigerian Senate is set to investigate allegations made by the head of state of Niger Republic, Brigadier General Abdurrahman Chiani, accusing Nigeria of colliding with France to destabilize Niger through a new military group identified as Lakurawa. The report is presented by Pelumi Mukoro.
The Senate Committee on National Security and Foreign Affairs have been directed to investigate the matter and report their findings. The resolution stemmed from a motion moved on the floor of the Legislative Chamber by the Bauchi South Senator Umar Shehu at Thursday's plenary session. Senator Shehu Buba voiced significant concern over allegations from Niger Republic head of state, Brigadier General Abdurrahman Tijani, accusing Nigeria of colluding with France to destabilize Niger using new military group called Lakurawa. As a result, the lawmakers seek Senate intervention to recommend diplomatic and security measures aimed at restoring and strengthening the historical ties between Nigeria and Niger.
General Chani also alleged plans to establish a base for Lakurawa in a forest near Gaba, Sokoto State, with operational reach extending to Sokoto, Zamfara, and Kebbi States. Additionally, He claims that foreign military bases in Nigeria are being used to target Niger's oil pipelines and create security threat.
The Senate decided to have an open debate on allegations due to the sensitivity of the matter, but directed the Committee on National Security and Foreign Affairs to investigate further and report their findings.
Let us just agree that his committee be made to go and carry out whatever investigation that needs to be carried out, and the committee will present a report to us in an executive session to be discussed further by the committee of the whole.
I agree that on account of diplomatic relations and national security, we should refer the issues to the appropriate committees. But I suggest that it should be a joint committee. And the Committee on Foreign Relations is also very important.
The motion is now referred to the Committee on Intelligence and National Security, jointly with the Committee on Foreign Affairs, to report back to this August Senate, to report back within 4 weeks.
As the Senate anticipates feedback from its joint committee, it resolved to debate the outcome in an executive section. Ebe Igberase, reporting for BeeTv News.
We apologize for that mix-up. The report was presented by Ebe Igberase. Meanwhile, residents in Edo State have called on the state government to implement the use of zebra crossing on roads to ensure safe crossing and orderliness on the road. They said the non-usage and compliance of the use of zebra crossing is putting users at risk. The report is presented by Pelumi Mukoro.
Why is government implementing it? So it's very good. It's a welcome development.
The lines of the zebra crossing in some roads in Benin City is wearing off and not serving its purpose, which is to ensure safe crossing of pedestrians. Speaking with BeeTv News, some road users supported the need for zebra crossing to be implemented so as to prevent accidents. Others spoke about how it will help to create orderliness on the roads and ensuring patience on the part of some drivers who are always in a hurry.
Like as it is now, you can see everywhere is rowdy. Vehicles moving from here to there. There's nobody to control the traffic, you know. You can only get a traffic controller at maybe this junction at first or maybe second junction. There's nothing like that here. Here is roundabout. Vehicles are just moving to and fro. But it's very good if we have something like that, because why? We'll have our path to pass, and when you want to cross, they can simply understand. We'll have something like it to be very, very good.
Zebra crossing is good for government to implement it. It's very good. But before the government will implement it, first of all make sensitization for the public so that they will know about zebra crossing. Most of us does not know what meaning of zebra crossing. So it's good for government to implement it. It's very good. But sensitization is very important.
Some other respondents also spoke on the need to sanitize the public of the purpose of zebra crossing before it is implemented.
The issue of the zebra crossing, yeah, I mean, it's a good one. The government should implement it. I mean, like, let's say 11, like building of good roads in communities. I mean, it helps to bring down environmental damage, like, so, I mean, and the risk of accidents, like, so, I mean, it's actually a good one. The government should implement it.
Whenever you want to cross, there is no walkway, so it's not good. So government have to put what walkway for us so that it will be easy for us to be crossing.
Zebra crossing is a marked area on the road painted with broad white stripes where vehicles must stop if pedestrians are crossing over. Pelumi Mukoro reporting for BeeTv News.
The leadership of the Edo State Butchers Association have debunked claims by some group of individuals alleging that the union is engaging in extortion and ill treatment of its members. BeeTv News Freeman Usawe reports that the state chairman, Macaulay Obaze, noted that the said group of persons go about chastising the national president, Mr. Sonny Omokao, in a bid to undermine his able leadership over the union. The report.
The briefing by the Edo State Butchers Association was to counter the claims by some group of individuals claiming that the union engaged in illegal extortion of its members and ill-treatment of its members. State chairman of the association, Macaulay Obaze, alongside legal counsel to the union, Barrister S.U. Obaze, said the individuals are bent on tarnishing the image of the national president, Mr. Sonny Omokaro, on the over-frivolous allegation. They described the allegations as untrue and as a ploy to dislodge the union and instigate disharmony.
for this market. When we say go better for me and you. Some of the problem we say, some people they go media, go there and now say we they disturb them, make they not keep plenty cow. And that one I like. We give everybody turn when go take the kick out.
They bring falsehood to the public. Public to see say maybe within the union they do, but they use and they oppress the public. But they use this medium to say that one not be true. The truth be say this we regulate our market, and everybody know how we go take the market and how the public will take see the goods well, because it's a perishable one. We are all 1 million people. If we kill 1 million cow a day, we don't fit sell it. That is why some will kill today, some will kill tomorrow. But some people where others they use, who were in a former position, they don't want to come out for life. Position won't be forever. People have been using them. Those will not be butcher at all. They go media, go they talk about us in a very wrong way.
In an interview with BeeTv News, State Chairman and Cattle Dealer Association, Idris Adaro, and some other members of the association explained that there are some individuals that are going about making false claims, even on a particular radio, BL station in Benin, about the national president, Mr. Sonny Omokaro, whose leadership has brought total harmony to members of the union, especially in the payment of their debts, ensuring availability and supply of cow meat.
Some people negative our cow, kill for bush. Some people you get killed anyhow, but you don't want to make the thing happen. You can follow law and the follow union. Kill. If I give you kill 10 cow, you can kill 10 cow. You don't want to make it pass that 10 cow. You get issue for market. When you kill, you know, sell, carry cow meat, go put them for quorum. We now get the cow, you know, get sit that money. He help us organize kill for week.
That are disturbing us. So they've been used by Bob Izwa. Because Bob Izwa is using those boys to disturb us. For more than 23 years, Bob Izwa have been the national president of this.
And I'm so happy with our new developments. We now have somebody that is leading the union, which is our national state. He's helping us. Ever since before he came in, many bushers have owed a lot of money. And so we carry woman from Benin here to Jere to another north, which is supposed to be unfair. Being that we are women, we don't have what to say. Then we took it over there, then we locked bushers up, say we are owing a lot of money. Now, since the people have come here, our nationals have come in, and they ratified the union, we are so happy.
All those people, when they talk say now so that they collect illegal money, now so they share market for them, now lie. The chairman way come, I really they try for us. And since when the chairman come, the market good and everybody they happy. All those people when they gang up so. Now they just say they're not satisfied with the market and a lie. Now for their own selfish interest, now that they fight for. So our chairman they try and our market they go we get peace. Since the chairman come, I know they collect any legal money for us. Wait till just they do be say you go make sure say we keep better cow where they okay to the public to chop.
The briefing was attended by the national president, Mr. Sonny Omokaro, and the state leadership of the union. Freeman Usawe reporting for BeeTv News.
Respondents have emphasized on the need to stop the practice of female genital mutilation as the world marks zero tolerance for the female genital mutilation. BeeTv News Freeman Osawe reports that respondents are of the view that it is an age-long practice that probably should not be in place in these modern times now. The reports.
So parents also should have awareness of what female genital mutilation is and how it can cause harm to their female children.
Female genital mutilation comprises of procedures involve partial or total removal of the external female genitalia or the injury to the female genital organs for non-medical reasons. The practice has no health benefit for girls and women and can result in severe bleeding and problems in urinating and later cysts, menstrual difficulties, infections, as well as complications in childbirth and increased risk of newborn deaths. Respondents in Benin City, while giving their opinion on the need for zero tolerance on female genital mutilation, said it is a practice that violates the rights of the female folks and it is barbaric. They are of the view that more awareness should be created to address and totally eradicate it from the society.
We have passed that stage now, and women are still doing it. Should stop it because it's olden days things, and it should not be done again.
Female genital mutilation is about a girl child being caught up in the private part, and I think it can be addressed, putting a stop to it, especially by government or non-governmental organizations. I also think the parents themselves should have an idea about it and the fact that it can bring destruction to their children.
I say, to me, I don't think it's necessary for us to be remembering it because it's something that is not is past. It's past. So they should just forget everything about it. Nowadays, I don't even think any female person will allow that kind of thing to take place again. Sure, you understand?
They should do away with it because it's already outdated. There's no need for that. But some people still prefer it. So there's no need for that. But if some people still prefer it, it depends on the family.
In creation, we have both male and female. So if we are saying gender mutilation, the thing is that in developed countries, they see it as equal. Both the male and the female, they are equal. But just that in part of Africa, we don't see it that way. You understand? I still believe, today we so much believe on politics. Okay, maybe government, whatever, parastators, instead of 100, maybe 100 area for people that may likely work. So you may be having like maybe 80 for the men, 20 for the female. But it's not that way. If we need to balance it, we can have it at 50-50.
Female reproductive parts, specifically the clitoris, I guess, and it's a process of pain. And my opinion about that is that, if anything, it's archaic and it has little. It actually has no use. You understand? Female gender mutilation has no use for the female, and it is only a process of pain that I don't stand for personally. And to say that people still support female gender mutilation, even in these current times, is kind of bizarre and unthinkable.
Well, the issue of gender mutilation is purely cultural. But in Benin, we normally do circumcision, that is it. But if government is now saying where it's uncultural, that mutilation is uncultural. But to me, the issue of circumcision is cultural to our people. But on the issue of mutilation, they are saying now that they want to stop it. I'm not interested in stopping it but when we are growing up, we do what we call circumcision. But government is now calling it, says mutilation is a crime. Well, I don't know. It all depends on culture. It's purely a cultural affair.
February 6th is slated globally to commemorate the zero tolerance for female genital mutilation. Freeman Usawe reporting for BeeTv News.
Nigerians have rejected the new proposal by the National Assembly concerning the creation of 31 additional states and asked government to focus on the pressing issues at hand affecting the country. BeeTv News' Pelumi Mukoro has the report.
The proposal of the creation of 31 more states was presented on Thursday by the Reps Committee at the National Assembly, which has now sparked of reactions from Nigerians. Speaking with BeeTv News, some respondents stated that it was a case of misplaced priority as Nigerians have other pressing issues at hand. Others spoke about how the current state of the economy makes it the wrong time for such issues to be raised.
For me, I feel say nobody we're supposed to talk about now. Not that one waiting they supposed to plan about now. Our economy, they need to help us. Full STDI, waiting with the people they suffer, they want create states. I don't want. Not that one wants now, we the masses now. Not that one, we don't need that one for now. That one for still go far. We don't need that one for now. Not that one we need.
The future of this country is very critical. Adding one state to Nigeria will be more difficult to Nigeria because what we are passing through now is very difficult for everybody, both the privileged and the less privileged. So I don't think I don't advise them to do that.
think that's the right idea now, because right now the economy is bad. So they should work on the economic first before imposing that law, because I don't think that law will work right now because of the way the situation of things right now.
I don't really see the need for that. I just feel there are other issues to be handled at this point, considering the economy. Like, if we compare the way we buy things now to like 2 years ago, it's alarming. Things have gone from where they were to like 500% increase in prices and all that. So I think those are the things they should focus on, tackle, find a way to make the economy more friendly for people.
Some other respondents who supported the proposal stated that it was necessary as some state budget is not enough because of how large the states are.
One governor controlling one state, I think, is bigger for them, because they are extorting money from people. So the work they're supposed to do in the state is not normally done. But I believe that if they create more states, I believe that someone who God will call may be able to arrange that state for the people to enjoy.
Nigerians urge the government to focus on important matters at hand like the economy, as that is the most vital issue to be looked into now. Welumi Mukoro reporting for BeeTv News.
There is a popular saying among many youths in the country that goes, "School na scam," a statement that communicates that education has lost its value in today's society. Yet, many individuals are still against this notion and have been opportune to express their views on the importance of education and the need for the government to show more commitment. Details of this will be brought to you in due time. And now to business. The Nigerian government, through the Nigerian Ports Authority, NPA, has announced a 15% tariff increase, the first in 32 years. According to The Nation, NPA Managing Director Abubakar Danshoho disclosed this on Thursday in Lagos during the stakeholders' engagement. BeeTv News' Welumi Mukoro has details of this and more from the business world.
Represented by the Executive Director of Marine and Operations, Olalekan Badmus Dansoho, explained that the agency had maintained the same rates for over 3 decades, despite significant economic changes, including exchange rate fluctuations, rising wages, fuel and lubricant costs, and inflation. This comes weeks after Nigerian Communications Commission approved a telecommunication tariff hike capped at 50%. He noted that the 15% port tariff increment is across the board. Meanwhile, Nigerians and financial experts have criticized the Nigerian government's revenue-driven posture at the expense of citizens' welfare as economic hardship worsens. This comes as Nigerians currently battle with high headline and food inflation rates, which stood at 34.80% and 39.93% respectively. Consequently, the latest NPA tariff is expected to trigger a further inflation spike in Africa's most populous country, already faced with economic hardship. FG signs MOU with NYEIDP to empower youth and boost national development. The federal government has signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with the Nigerian Youth Economic Intervention and the Radicalization Program NYEIDP to advance its commitment to youth empowerment and national development. Speaking at the signing ceremony in Abuja, the Minister of Youth Development Ayodele Olawande emphasized that the initiative is designed to provide young Nigerians with economic opportunities, equipping them to create wealth and become employers of labor. The ministry's Director of Legal Services, Ernest Ezibilo, explained that the MOU clearly outlines the roles and responsibilities of each party, ensuring effective implementation of the program's objectives. He highlighted that a key goal of the initiative is to foster entrepreneurship among young people, reducing unemployment and poverty. In his remarks, the coordinator of NYEIDP, Comrade Kennedy described the signing of the MOU as a milestone, noting that it will serve as a guiding framework for the program's activities in empowering Nigerian youth. Naira records highest gain against dollar at black market. The Naira has appreciated further against the dollar at the parallel foreign exchange market. This comes as the Naira recorded the biggest gain against the dollar at the black market on Thursday on a week-on-week basis. The Naira strengthened to 1,570 per dollar on Thursday from 1,590 per dollar traded on Wednesday. This means that 20 Naira was gained on a day-to-day basis, the highest appreciation since the commencement of trade this week. Meanwhile, at the official market, the naira fell to 1,500.65 naira per dollar on Thursday from 1,499.76 naira exchanged the previous day. Summarily, after Thursday's trading across FX markets, Daily Post reports that the naira firmed up by 20 and dropped 0.89 naira at the black and official market, respectively. In the past days, the gap between official and parallel FX market has been shrinking. Melumi Mukoro reporting for BeeTv News.
And now let's take you back to the reaction on the importance of education report.
They talk say school na scam, but no, if I talk, me I no go to school, but me no say school no be scam. You understand? School no be scam, yeah.
Nigerians spoke about the importance of education, saying education has an all-round benefit, not just to secure a job. They said it plays a huge role in the mental development and improving intellectual capacity of any individual, and as such, it is important for the government to invest in it.
But I believe that even though we don't get to use the certificate at the end of the day, someone like me, I study civil engineering, I'm not using my certificate right now, but I believe that it creates an environment, first of education, going to school and all of that. When you are in that kind of environment where you are among people that are ready to think, because the truth is, being in the educational system exposes your mind. So apart from, I want us to look at education beyond the certificate.
For me, the importance of education, I feel like it helps a lot in terms of like making your head open, in terms of like knowing how to being able to speak English, good and correct English. You understand? Yeah. And also maybe when you see something, you know, you have the understanding fast.
One of the respondents who sees education as something very important stated that education helps in the sector of investment and business, helping individuals communicate effectively, which is more of an advantage to those educated than the illiterates. He further explained how much he values education.
Undermining the fact that people are saying here and there that there is no job, if you finish, there is no job, there is no employment for anybody. It is after education that you now go back and be learning work. It doesn't matter. The essence of going to school is not just to get a job, to be a manager or director or whatever in any company. As an individual, we need to be educated, because education goes a long way in opening our eyes to so many things. You understand my point? Apart from the fact that it gives us education, it helps us in our social life. With education, we can relate with anybody. And understanding the kind of business you are doing, even if you are a barber in a shop, even if you are a farmer, being educated has a way of influencing what you are doing and helping you. It will help you to relate with people, and it will help you to plan your business in a better way compared to an illiterate. You understand what I'm saying? So to be lettered is so important that there is nothing on earth that you want to do and you want to succeed that you can do without a good education.
Today, education does not pay. It is better every lady out there and every man out there should educate themselves, because this education of 18, no one knows tomorrow. You might have an opportunity to get a job in anywhere or even an embassy. But when he's not educated, when such a person is not educated, we miss that chance. So when they say education is scam, if you want to go and apply in any organization, any office, that is when you know that education is not a scam.
Because education is the key and the power of a society. Because if the reason why people are saying education is a scam, because most of our unemployment youth that came out from school, no job, no government is not really paying attention to them. Because imagine the parents train up a child from secondary to start university, came out, served the government, came out, no job. At the end of the day, it will end up saying a school is a scam. When those that don't go to school, employ those that go to school at the end of the day. What do we not say is it? Sometimes don't say it's a scam. Government have a vital role to play.
What I want to please the government that they should improve the education today, and they should bring more value, because a lot of people don't see value in education again, the education system, because people that run education, they are not educated.
Education is important and should be of interest to every individual. Glorious Isiramen, reporting for BeeTv News.
And now to the foreign scene, where the International Criminal Court, ICC, has criticized U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to impose sanctions on its staff, vowed to continue its work despite the move. Also, USAID could slash staff to hundreds after placing most on leave. BeeTv News Global News correspondent Rebecca Goffey tells us more on these and other stories from the foreign scene.
Trump's order came after the ICC issued arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and a Hamas commander over alleged war crimes in Gaza, which Israel denies. The U.S. accuses the court of illegitimate actions and claims that its decision set a dangerous precedent. The ICC, which prosecutes genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes, said the sanctions threaten its independence and pledged to keep delivering justice. The court has also issued arrest warrants for Russian President Vladimir Putin, Taliban leaders, and Myanmar's military chief. Meanwhile, the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, may see its workforce drop from about 10,000 to fewer than 300 as the Trump administration makes deep budget cuts. Thousands of employees, including those based overseas, will be placed on administrative leave at midnight on Friday. A plan is being prepared for staff to return home and non-essential contracts may be terminated. A union involved in a legal challenge says only 294 employees have been classified as essential. Former USAID chief Brian Atwood called the cuts outrageous, warning that they could destroy an agency that has saved millions of lives. USAID is the world's largest humanitarian aid provider, operating in more than 60 countries. Former Singapore Minister Subrahmanyam Iswaran, who was jailed last year for corruption, has been allowed to serve the rest of his 12-month sentence at home. Iswaran was imprisoned on 7th October after pleading guilty for accepting gifts worth over $300,000 while in office and obstructing justice. His case was rare in Singapore, which is known for its strict anti-corruption stance. On Friday, the Singapore Prison Service confirmed that he was transferred to home detention. Authorities said he was considered low risk, had behaved well in prison, and had strong family support. Under home detention, Iswaran must wear an electronic tag and report to prison officials for counseling. And lastly, on Global News, activists gathered outside the U.S. consulate in Jerusalem demanding the release of 76 Israeli captives still held in Gaza, according to local media. The protest was organized by Mishmeret 101, a group inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's non-violent resistance against British rule in India. A fifth prisoner swap between Israel and Palestine is scheduled for tomorrow, but protesters worry that recent remarks by U.S. President Donald Trump could disrupt the exchange. And that's it on the Global News segment for tonight. Thanks very much for watching. I am Rebecca.
And now on entertainment, as February 14th approaches, Grammy-nominated Nigerian singer-songwriter Yemi Alade is embracing the season of love with her latest single, Kiss to Your Heart. Known for her sultry vocals and heartfelt approaches, Yemi Alade pours out her emotions in this romantic anthem, making it a perfect soundtrack for lovers celebrating Valentine's Day. To report.
Produced by the talented Valentino Ogbonaya, Kiss to Your Heart is a melodic fusion of Afrobeat and contemporary R&B, laced with smooth instrumentals that complement Yemi's passionate delivery. She didn't hold back in expressing deep affection through her lyrics, reassuring her lover that she holds the key to a special place in their hearts. The song's soulful vibe and irresistible rhythm make it an ideal addition to any Valentine's playlist, setting the mood for romance, intimacy, and pure love. Whether you are planning a candlelit dinner, a cozy night in, or simply enjoying time with your partner, Kiss to Your Heart is the perfect song to celebrate love in all its beauty. With this release, Yemi Alade once again proves why she remains one of Afrobeat's leading female voices, effortlessly putting emotions, melody, and groove to create yet another amazing love song. Controversial American rapper Kanye West has pleaded with President Donald Trump to pardon imprisoned music mogul Sean Combs, aka Puff Diddy or Diddy. Diddy is currently facing more than 30 civil lawsuits alleging sexual assault and misconduct. He is currently in a New York jail awaiting a federal criminal trial on sex trafficking and racketeering. Taking to his X page on Thursday, Kanye West asked Trump to release the embattled hip-hop mogul. Diddy was arrested by Homeland Security on suspicion of sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and interstate transportation for prostitution in September last year. Diddy has denied all the charges, entering a not guilty plea on Tuesday, 17th September. However, his bail request was rejected twice. Recently, Diddy was reportedly rushed to a hospital in Brooklyn following a knee injury and was taken back to his cell after receiving treatment. His trial will commence later this year. Lastly, on entertainment, former Minister of Women Affairs Uju Kennedy Ohanenye has joined the Nigerian movie industry, Nollywood. Kennedy joined Nollywood a few months after being sacked by President Bola Tinubu. Uju Kennedy Ohanenye was appointed as minister in August 2023 and removed alongside 4 others in a cabinet reshuffle on October 23, 2024. The 51-year-old politician has now shifted her focus to filmmaking barely 4 months after her removal from the cabinet. Announcing an acting career on X handle, the former minister shared a video of her latest project. Kennedy, who is also a lawyer and entrepreneur, joined the All Progressive Congress APC in 2015 and emerged the party's first female presidential aspirant in 2023 before ultimately withdrawing to support Tinubu. That's it on Entertainment News tonight. Gift Uwagbo reporting for BeeTv News.
And that's the size of our news package for tonight. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Gift Uwagboy. Have a good night.